take some people out that aren't.
Yeah, great. Here we are, RacingRant, guys.
Yeah, Saturday preview. Glenn's singing the praises of the food stalls at Canterbury tonight, but you won't see any punters there, will you?
No, well,
but you don't see any punters at the track anywhere.
No, I suppose you don't too often, do you?
If you see a lazy monkey, God, the bookies are just like, they're hovering over it. Like,
I saw a bloke of 1,000 on something on Wednesday from old mate from nowhere with a fluorescent worker's top on. Young bloke. He had 1,000.
Could have been Malcolm Turnbull.
No, it wasn't Malcolm Turnbull. It was a new Australian, good boy. He had 1,000 or something with Rob Waterhouse at 550, and he just walked over and said 1,000 on it. And as he walked over to Rob Waterhouse and had 1,000 on it, he walked straight past Gary Clark, who was $6, and Rob was $5.50. People are so attracted to that Waterhouse name when the bets get bigger.
Oh, they want to win that Waterhouse money.
And it was like the whole of the whole track stopped, and everyone went, wow, $1,000 bet. It was really weird.
Yes, well, anyway, we'll just have to pretend about tomorrow because it's quite a juicy card. It's Randwick, it's in the true position. There'll be a little bit of rain through Friday to just juice the track up a touch.
Did you find a lot of these races, they seem very similar chances in each race? And yep.
Saturday racing can get a bit sticky in the mouth.
Oh man, I got
like, it's like an ABC program, is it?
Well, no, it's like there's 3 B's and 3 C's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way of that's a good
there's
way
no
of
A's, but yeah, like that type of domain. Anyway.
Yeah, now, just before we kick in, look, obviously it's Randwick, it's true rail. I'd suggest middle draws, perhaps wide draws, and off the rails. And although last time it was true, Billiard's Day, it wasn't nearly as bad. That was the day Calander got up the inside. Bjorn's filly. Anyway, Mossman Gorge is starting at Canberra today, so it won't be running around at $7 in the first. And Lipizan is running around at Canterbury tonight, so we lose her $17. And in the last, Encosta Natty looks like it's going around tonight as well. With that in mind, race 1, the 2-year-old, and still 9 to go round. We've got $2.90 Eden Rock, $5 Watchdog, $8 Ultramarine, $11 Sweet Bouquet, 17 is Exceeds, 18 Mr. Grumpy. That could be you today, Glenn.
And that's definitely me.
$21 Pandemonium, 23 Stablemate Christensen, and long odds number 5. The filly down the bottom looks like she might be tizzed up and ready to go. And on speed, Eden Rock looks a natural speed horse. He's a 3/4 brother to Star Turn, which is why he costs $750,000. And Mr. Grumpy's got a little bit of toe, and I guess the gay runners out there, outside draw and second from outside draw, will be doing their best to keep up, although they did look a touch slow. Glenn?
It looks a nice race for Watchdog, Mark, listening to all that too, and I quite like to stroll, typical thing. The minute last Friday I said James Doyle's gone, what's happening? He rode 7 winners the next day, so he's back.
We just need you back.
Look, at the present time I'm interested in 7, of course. I'm interested in the parade there. Eden Rock, did a really good job. Barrier 2 tomorrow with a bit of pace all about it. I was interested in Watchdog.
And what do you make of these helmets?
I don't know what to make of them yet. I suspect they're all right.
Because obviously he's stylish there, Watchdog, and I can see the appeal. But Gord, I sort of find it hard to find these like quietly ridden midfield finishes horses because I don't know where to put them.
Well, the tick I'm giving Watchdog is the fact that the stable and the jockey are on fire, and they're not known for pushing him out in the trial, so that gives it a chance. But I mean, it did trial against Eden Rock, and Eden Rock's trial was far superior.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the market doesn't come very strongly for number 2, because Hawk stables with this kind of breeding and these kind of trials are generally heavily backed. I clearly got it on top. What price I'm willing to take is another question. Another one I had a look at was number 11 Sweet Bouquet. You know these sort of professional type fillies that just jump to the front? They can pull off a win against what I consider better horses.
At the 1,000, particularly
at the 1,000 and early, 2-year-old kind of situation. So, and there's lots of...
What did you make of the difference between her trials?
Well, I only actually watched the last trial.
Because okay. They seem fairly... Either it's improved a lot or didn't like travelling away.
I don't think it
the first time
could
or-
have gone an inch quicker in its last trial.
So it's typical of that stage.
That's-
A little rabbit.
Yeah, it was like that.
A little scared rabbit.
But they can win at this time of the year,
Okay.
sort of in these races. But me, to Eden Rock, I don't know. I'm going to have to ring somebody having a talk because I think it could end up jumping shorter than $2.80.
And you're Snowden. You're across Snowden. What do you make of Ultramarine?
Yeah, well, so there's a few common sort of trial form lines with this because they all come out of that Eden Rock or have trialled in that Eden Rock thing. I just thought Eden Rock's trial 2-back was just far superior than Ultramarine's. I know that doesn't necessarily mean everything, particularly with the Snowden, and they did trial it again afterwards and it won impressively. So yeah, it's some sort of a chance, but I'm sounding like a broken record here. I was really impressed with Eden Rock's
Yeah, it
trials.
was hard not to be impressed, and
Yeah,
and
well,
you know,
good,
it's got a great chance.
Barrier 2, I just went barrier 2 Tommy.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't like the
not for
Tommy.
you.
It's not for me.
Yeah, but don't you
Tommy.
think 2-year-olds drawn inside is fine? Being
It's
close?
probably okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can't win.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking to myself, there's 2 Oaks.
I'm trying to conjure up a few extra hopes. Ultramarine all trials away, starts out at home for its first start, and Exceeds, who chased from within with the blinkers on there at Canterbury. She's had she's had 3 weeks off. She comes back home. She comes back to the 1,000. She's got a gun on, and I think she could be, stalking. Like she's because what happened with, for example, Star Turn at his first start was, you remember her beating? The
Yep.
cheetah.
Yeah.
And it was Star Turn was like, oh, I missed the start. He doesn't know what he's doing, and I mean he trialled twice at that stage, and it was earlier in the season. But Gord's point about the fillies is not stupid because it's they tend to be more professional and just on their game.
Yeah.
That's race 1. Then we've got the race of the day.
Yep.
The
Race of the day.
The race of the day. This race was won by Le Romain last year,
Yeah.
and Deploy was in that race.
Second.
Deploy. So we've got Guard of Honour at $3, spending to win $3.60. Tactical Advantage, reserved for this race, not running tonight, $4. $6 Star Crossed, $14 Generalissimo, and $19 on the spot. And I imagine that Star Crossed crosses them. Although Guard of Honour is a relatively fast horse, spending to win.
Yeah, but it is a fast horse, but it's not Chris's go to bounce horses to the lead over 1,000.
No, it's not. But I mean,
And the
I'm
trials
saying
indicate to me that it,
taking a seat.
yeah.
Or look for a leader. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on. Who is our absolute leader here? Is it
Star Crossed.
the bottom, barrier 6?
Yeah.
Gets a bit of control with that scenario. Good race. Okay.
Yeah, he fell apart in the mounting yard first up, is that right, Glenn?
That's correct, yeah.
So much so that would affect his performance significantly?
I think so. And then the thing I like about tomorrow is how just looking at our new form guide here, it's had a 38-day spell. Anyone seen this new form guide on?
Glenn has spent the last 3 days just unable to talk. We're lucky to get him on the show today after RaceNet has ruined his life.
Starcross, last run, 38 days spell. It's just all not set out right, guys. And I think they'll listen to people. I'm sure they'll work on it. I mean, they're there with a product that they want to make people happy.
Sure.
They're looking to do something new, but if you've got a product that's fantastic,
Yeah, but
why
people
change
need to
it?
tell them it's fantastic.
But-
See,
no, but-
when it's fantastic, you just sit there and nobody says anything about it.
I've already sent them an email. In racing, we went from D. Flindell to Mark Sheen. It is the duty of everybody in racing to fucking make the product worse.
Yes.
To punish us beyond all punishment with betting.
Yeah.
That's true.
I like
That's
that.
true. Now,
I like that parallel.
the task at hand.
See, every other thing in the world, cars got better.
Computers.
Surfboards got better. Computers. Mobile phones were as big as this. Now they're this big. They all got better. Racing,
Actually, they got better and then they got worse, Glenn, because
it's worse. Because you like to gamble and not work, so you must be punished by God.
Yes. If you're not working 9 to 5, then you
You
need
are
to be punished.
a fucking
So,
dog.
yeah.
You're no good. Your soul is dog shit. You have to be punished. So everything gets worse. It's the only industry. Aeroplanes got better.
I watched Formula One last night. That's getting worse.
That gets worse.
That was fucking painful.
This is a summer edition. It's like silly season, isn't it? It's Formula One.
Is punting ever silly season?
No, it's not. But I mean, you know, for some reason we
You must be punished. You're in racing.
Yes, indeed. And look, you know, we're
For
grubs.
fuck's sake,
We're grubs. aren't we?
Havana thongs got better. Everything gets better. Nail clippers get better. Having a shave gets better. Mirror
You know,
clippers.
what will make things better is if you tell us the winner of this race, Glenn.
Well, look, I'm very uncomfortable here because I think the bottom one gets a lot of control from barrier 6. I think the horse that is easily got the most potential as tactical advantage. I think it's drawn ugly, and I've got to put up with bad or good Glyn, who is sending me cooker. And I think Guard of Honour is possibly the best horse in the race and is already. So, look, guys, and there's other chances. I haven't mentioned Spending the Win, who did a great job at Canterbury, but it does come off a big SP there.
Look, Chris Lee's brought Guard of Honour all the way to Warwick Farm. It's ready.
What do you mean he brought it all? What, did he carry it? Or did he put it in a
carried
truck
it.
and one of his staff drove
He
it?
carried it, but why the fuck take it all the way to Warwick Farm? It's a long way from Newcastle.
And get Bowman.
Maybe
right.
that suits the timing of this race, so yeah, you might be onto something.
All right.
I'm saying
It's the best horse in the race, would you agree?
Yeah.
Best horse in the
Definitely.
race?
Yep.
Well, I suppose I'm saying it's hard to beat. But I'm not saying much yet.
Well, I think Guard of Honour is the best horse in the race. 800 metre trials. There's a little bit of a question mark there, whether it's ready and whether it maps correctly. So I had
But
to go.
his thinking, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Gord. That technically that's correct. Chris Lee's thinking is, well, I've trialled it over as far as I possibly can for a 1,000 metre race first time.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The 800 is all right. It's 1,000 metres, but
That's
I had to give a bit of a chance to number 6 Star Cross because I just think it sets up better. And what a jockey change!
Yeah.
Like
massive.
Reef de Clark, like it's massive, and it had excuses, and only got beaten by a horse that absolutely flew that particular start in Magic House. So
Maybe not that massive of a one change. Chris West could ride it. I mean,
Well,
later on,
what he's saying is it's gone from a rider I don't want to back to a rider that I do want to back.
Definitely.
later on there's a Lee Roach horse going to Abdullah.
I know.
That's a massive change.
That's just gigantic.
That's
yeah,
a-
I know.
that-
And
that's a
that,
massive
that
change.
supersedes the Waller factor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later on.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So.
you know, you can dial on the internet and speak to people in California that family, and a picture comes up, and you talk to them,
Yeah, it's
That's
called
amazing,
Sky.
isn't it?
and it's free.
Yeah, Sky.
That got better.
Not bad, is it?
Everything gets better, Mark.
Except our lot in racing. So, look, this race is awesome. Spending the Win went like a fucking bomb first up.
It did.
Like,
It did.
you know,
It's talented horse.
there's Super 2 just minding its own business, la-di-da-di-da-da, and you just went, no, I've got you. That's the way you go. And Tactical Advantage is a very, very smart horse.
I agree.
There's 4 very good chances here.
4 very good chances in a race of 6.
So you're saying that for you it's going to be a no-bet race, right? It's going to be
Yeah,
entertaining to watch, but hard to
unfortunately,
bet.
you know, where they've got that race at Warwick Farm where Spending the Win had his first start and he was like 6 lengths away from Guard of Honour, which with excuses and needing to get his head right, which means I went into the race going, I want to find Spending the Win, and the best I could do was $4. So
I think that's really fun. Yeah.
It's one of those races where all 4 horses I wanted to back and they ended up all in the same race.
great race.
So
great
wait,
race.
just go through your prices there. Like, can you beat $3.50 a pair, $4, $6?
2-1 Guard of Honour,
Yeah.
3-1 a pair Tactical Advantage, Spending the Win, 6-1 Star Cross.
Exactly what I just said. Because I said 5 to 2 a pair, $4, $6. Yeah.
Reaffirming you. You're too good. I don't know why I bother.
No one discussed me on. It does
Race,
look like that.
race 3 filler, very, very, what do we call this? Plain looking fillies and mares race over a mile.
Just awful.
And this is the real nub of Saturday, isn't it? You get your 8-horse fields with no speed. And it's like, it's fucking I've got 8 weight for age races.
Yeah, it's just what happens here, guys?
Okay, so $4.20 is Harlem Lady, this time with Bowman. $4.80 Light Cheer, $5.50 Queen Misty, $6.50 Via Napoli, $7.50 Anisha, $7.50 Shutterbug, and $10 the visitor Jackie's Joy. I had Via Napoli taking it up.
Really? Wow. I'm not saying you're wrong. Wow. I know it takes it.
It's a.
I know I'd fucking take it up the back door trying to read this form, though.
All right. Well, I'll start with this race because Gord, you're probably not interested in this race.
Oh, well, I can say something. But
Yeah,
you go
good, because
first.
you
All
go.
right, go.
Okay, well,
We're very excited.
good old ticks and crosses here.
Well,
By
is
the
it-
way, I'm not betting in this race, but
So
I
did
only
you-
had to do the form on one horse.
Did you find any ticks? I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
only had to do the form on
Go.
number 2, Lodgia.
Who I tipped to you last start, and everyone looked at me, and tomorrow I'll tell you can't win.
Harlem Lady, Chris Waller, Jackie's Joy, Melbourne form. I didn't like the Belle of the Turf as being a decent form race, so that gets rid of Anisha,
Vianopoli
Queen
beat
Misty,
nothing.
Napoli beat nothing,
Shutterbug.
Annie
This is
Waller,
the
and
Sherlock Holmes
Shutterbug is Danny Williams.
This is the Sherlock Holmes method.
Yes. So that's it. I had to find number 2, Lodgia on top.
Well, I went Harlem
See how many
Lady.
horse I gave no?
This is going to have some hope.
It's
I'm
a
not betting
mile.
in the race.
It's a mile. It's barrier 1, and it found its race the other day.
In a wet track. As I told you, the Medagliadoros.
No.
Medaglia d'Oro.
Anyway, big load of hats. Mark, I haven't got much idea here. A little bit of interest in Queen Misty because she had the run over the mile the other day.
Yeah, and look, she made such a long run at the mile the start prior. Look, I agree with you, Gord, about the Belle of the Turf being no good, except for the fact that Anisha drew Gate 2 and Robert Thompson.
See, I think
And
that-
Queen
yeah.
Misty,
What-
G. Buckley just...
What are we going to say
he was
after
waiting
the
for
race
lunch.
here? What are we
This race is no good as well, but see, this is where does that form come back into some sort of value because this is such a poor race. No.
So do we go back to the horse that 1-2 starts to go track course and distance? That's a big weight drop. Shutterbug.
Yeah, but she did have like all in the reflexes actually went very hard when she was able to just keep punching along there. She just doesn't seem to get the race run to suit again.
All right. Good luck to everybody there. It's the second leg of the early quaddie field job.
No, who'd you like, Mark?
I have tipped number 1, and I like number 6. So there's a Wallop race, which
Means no bet.
Who's 6 Vianopoli?
well, Via Napoli, I thought
So let's talk about-
drew wrong in
Let's talk about Waller. So he did train Religify last Saturday, and then
Yeah.
we had a horse,
Yeah.
the Quinella did a race,
El
staying
Novio.
race. Yeah, beat the old mate next to him.
no return.
No return.
But it's like dregs, isn't it? It's just bits and bobs.
It is bits and bobs, but I'm saying that
Starting to swing around.
starting to swing around.
I'm getting a little bit of a sniff of that.
Just Stewie didn't want to bite at all the other day. You know, I wanted him to, dangle the Wallers, and what's happening to Waller carrot. And
I
going,
think-
oh well.
But I thought his point was that I don't care what the reason is.
Did you see Stewie
I'm
on the
just
track?
going to use it to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my attitude too. I don't care whether it was for reason X, Y, or Z. Just at the moment, I don't think it's profitable backing Waller horses.
But when you're in a slump, do your horses go as badly as most of those horses have gone? Don't they just not win instead of win?
Haven't we? There's been periods in the past where the flu's gone through a stable. And
Yeah, I
it's getting
suppose.
going.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just happened to coincide with the inquiry and the cameras going in.
Yeah.
So we're all, as punters, very suspicious.
That's why things get worse because we're so suspicious.
Yeah, see the cameras, they improved cameras into Waller's joint. Now all the punters are suffering. Always worse in racing.
Well, we're not suffering. It's been a nice little turn for us.
Yeah, but in general, I always have a pretty good grip of Waller. I like when he's up and running. I seem to handle him pretty good. in
Yeah,
general.
you actually don't. You're uncomfortable with him not travelling.
Yeah, I prefer him to travel well.
Yeah.
Because he has 4 runners in a race, often the 4th pick will get up, but often it's an okay result. And I tend to have a good handling, which is unusual because if Gay Waterhouse had 4 runners in a race, I'd be like, pulling the hair
As she
out.
once did, but not
No,
these days.
Not these days.
Well, I didn't. She had 3 runs in the last Cosmos.
Yeah.
Right, the highway. The reason I tipped Via Napoli is because I thought she drew right. That was the wrong. She was in the wrong place the other day and did a good job to win.
Okay.
The highway is a very interesting affair.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's $5.50 Bob Grinberg's horse Clipper, $5.50 Nick's Vendetta, $7.50 the Matthew Dunn Tim Clark combination Care to Think, scratch from Eagle Farm, $8 and there is more, $9.50 Snowbrook, $9.50 Superstar Bob. Look at these names. $13 Farah, not in the market tomorrow. $17 Tiger by the tail, nor is it. And long odds the others. Now,
A lot of horses coming off 21-day spells here.
Stop it.
That's fucking awesome.
Have they got 21-day spell in there, have they?
Yeah. 22-day spell. Trial
Oh, yeah, 21 day spell.
21-day spell. It's easy to read.
That's
No, it's good. It's good.
That's
it's great.
been put together by someone that doesn't understand racing.
Oh, like everything in racing. We only mentioned it. We had a good talk on the show last week. Like, honestly, if I'm not fucking Satan, I'll turn it up. We had a good talk on the show about what gets your juices flowing, Stu. What is it? And he was going, And I said, I know what it is, Stu. When you've done all the work and then you get to look at the markets, and wow, look at that market. How wrong is it? But oh no, not with the new sports bet market. The price next to every horse. But the minute I mentioned it, all of a sudden, there's the RaceNet form guide with the price next to every runner. Just to fucking ram it right. Just to take that last bit of fun out of the game.
Mark didn't even like it when RaceNet started doing the tips at the top
the
of
dribble.
the
Honest to God, dribble.
Well, it's just, it's you know, they re-employ someone in there from David Jones and they come in with some,
But by the way, it's worse than that, Glenn. You see the markets are wrong, you finish it, and then you look and you go, wow, and then you can't get on because you've got to wait until 9 o'clock the morning of the races. So it's a double.
And we all love RaceNet so much. We want it to be like, go on forever and be so successful. And when old mate Glenna, who owns it, or whoever owns it, like, leaves this world, I hope it still goes on. It's a great sign. But I had to laugh last night because I kept looking for different form guides. I was on it more than.
Oh, you actually.
So let's just go.
Turning yourself around, are you?
No, I was just looking at it. But there, in one of the left-hand pictures, I think a bloke called Steve Moran wrote an article, and he didn't say that, but the picture was there. Like, I said on the Punters show, I don't care about jockeys, just all I want to do is bet. So they dragged me in, lost everything, fined me 10,000, and there's a photo on RaceNet with a noose and about that jockey. The quote was, "Hang him." Hang him.
Jesus.
Oh.
It said hang him, but then they go, people out there are talking so much that this boy should be hanged. So he's actually saying, look, it should only be 12 months.
Yeah.
He was sticking up for him. But the headline was hang him. Like, there's the picture of a fucking noose. Hang him.
And
They won't even get a phone call about
I read
it.
an article that they're worried about his state of mind at the moment as well.
Well, he's obviously an idiot.
Yeah.
And the thing about jockeys that I understand is they don't even mind trying to kill each other in the race. I mean, they're just not great people.
You're
I mean, that's
ruthless.
just commentary. They're ruthless. And I like that about them. And there it was, hang him in a big, like a neck, like a fucking
But
thing.
that's just there to torture you as well.
That's just a classic. Like, they fucking Van Gestel won't even pick up the phone and say, listen, you shouldn't have photos of hanging jockeys on your racing side. Won't even get a phone call. You drag me into another quarry, probably for even mentioning this.
I gotta say, I'm not exactly PC, but having a picture of a noose and then an article about a bloke seems a bit.
And then with the first two
way
words
off the
is
fucking-
hang him. Well, that's wrong.
I know, that's massively wrong. A lot wrong.
Not
lot
a-
worse than what you said.
Not a phone call. There won't be a phone call. Me, old mate, fucking, I get to find the third the size of Waller.
Let's get into this juicy highway.
Fuck, I'm
Yeah.
Mr. Grumpy, aren't I?
So the good
There's
old
a good horse in this race, guys, that you guys mightn't have seen. Or you might have seen it taped, but it's a nice horse.
Well, I just want to mention Bob's horse looks to get on the speed, and Nick's Vendetta has been consistently on speed.
Bob's horse is Clipper, guys.
Yeah.
Clipper's in front of our Bob.
So thank you, Glenn. Nick's Vendetta has had a sharp trial at Gosford. Did you watch the trial good?
Yeah.
Did beat Samurai.
And
Samuel.
I'm sure B.
Easy
Shinard
to.
would like to ride and there is more acutely, but he may find himself pressing on. Look, it's hard to get a line on some of these very lightly raced horses that, like White Eagle could be part of the speed. Zaram Youthful won't be too far away, and Superstar Bob steps up from 1,000. He's, an inexperienced horse that could find himself right up on the speed. I must say I struggled to find all these one-start, two-start horses.
Yeah, well,
I think
number 5's a smart horse, you guys.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
It did things at Canberra that you just don't do.
Yep.
And I thought it really, finds Shin tomorrow, it's drawn outside marble, which we're looking for. I think it gets last look at them, it gets over the top of them. Nick's Vendetta's got a great chance of the trial. It's had the 70-day spell and the trial since, so finds Huey. A race I'm pretty interested in tomorrow, and I can't wait to see Bob's horse Clipper, which looks a nice horse, and it's done things that maybe a bit better than you.
I'm sort of against Clipper. Yeah, it hits a flat spot. at a certain stage of its racing. And
I suppose when you look
strong
at
late. I don't think you can do that in
He
this
just
race
won
and
second
win.
race, and you see Bibless Boys run second, and you just
That's
lose your
not
big
a and he's gone the wide. He's gone the wide country too, the Wagga.
I'm 5 from 2, guys, and pretty keen.
I've got to give. I sort of get sick of sort of horses that have been running around forever in these particular races and not actually getting up and running good races. But I'm just so obsessed with that Nix Vendetta run against Eckstein and Pumpkin Pie. It was course and distance, came third to those two horses and beaten about a length. That's solid form.
That's hot form.
So just short spell 800 metre trial, which
70 days
flew. Huey booked. I'm pretty keen on it, but there are question marks. The other two that I was interested in was number 5 and There Is More, and I have to throw in because of that number 9 Snowbrook as well, just because they've got a common form line from Wagga where Snowbrook actually
I think you can write. I think you can write that one off because Snowbrook. You were poo-pooing it when it went to Goulburn, Gord.
Yep.
And with good reason. So then it went back to Wagga, the scene of its action, to scrape in, and the race reads so much better for And There Is More than Snowbrook.
I just don't think when horses beat other horses, even if there are reasons for it, it means something. So
It's philosophy.
I'm 2 from 5, and pretty keen on betting in the race.
So what do we make of this Matthew? No one's mentioned Matthew Dunn. Care to think? Tim Clark, Matthew Dunn, drawn right. But what am I doing with it?
I don't know how to handle those horses that come down. I know they run really well, but
Most of them have won.
I know, but I don't have a good feel for it. I know that he actually thinks that this horse is, I think it was mentioned on the show last night, a Derby horse.
A Derby horse?
So it's running over 1,200 metres. They think it's got Group 1 ability.
Jexcellent is now trained by Chris Muntz, and he's a horse that we've seen a little bit of.
Yeah.
Here, not much good, but at least there is a horse that we know.
Look, the only thing that's going for is tick the trainer, tick the rider, but second run of the race, coming off a 21-day spell, it won a Gold Coast maiden at $6
Against it.
and it didn't shit in him. Well, it got there.
So what about your old mate Tiger by the Tail here, who is actually, he's put a sequence of runs in here that are...
Mark, I came here with so much clarity thinking there's 2 hopes. Now you're going to fucking smother me up and ruin me here.
No, you'll be fine. Nix Vendetta is the top pick, and I actually give And There Is More a very good chance. And Farah I have never tipped, and I'm giving it a Guernsey tomorrow.
And I think that's a fair comment at the price.
That's the highway. We'll wrap up part 1 with the 2,000 metre Chris Waller
Because
and
then
others,
we'll get into the
and
quaddie.
other stakes. Yes, and it's $4.20 unbiased. Don't you love seeing it as favourite again? $4.40 Burning Energy, $5 Embley, $7.50 Montauk, $8 Multifacets, $8 More Than Fabulous, $15 the bottom, $16 Quick Defence. Once again, it's sort of up for grabs who wants to take this up. But Burning Energy is back from 2,400, but went like an Oakley plater in the early stages with.
Well, it looks to take up a very rate, especially
Yes,
playing.
control the race.
I don't usually like horses 2,400 back to 2,000, but this horse is easy to learn them on. Because it's also a rough chance to be coming off Bad Glen.
Well, and what about the others? I mean, this is a horse that's doing something. Like his run at Canterbury, the way he stretched his neck at Canterbury was awesome. And then, how the hell did he only get beaten 3 lengths the other day?
It's so easy to like him. And how did he run a place? Oh, that's right. I bet up Dreamfake place and had a good bet. The 4th horse place. What was it called? Rumour to Smile? Rumour to Smile?
Yeah, the rumour file.
Yeah. Not allowed to collect twice, Glennie.
Gord, this is a staying race of the day.
I'm just saying,
anything to
if
say?
Burning Energy isn't beaten up off that tough run, it wins. I think it's as simple as that.
I think it's a
There's
fair
only one
price.
question
Was it
mark.
440 or something?
Yeah.
You're getting 440 to find out?
I think it's a fair price then. I think it was clearly top pick. Embley's doing a particularly good job. A bit of a doubt at the 2,000, and you've got
Glenn
Glenn
gets
there.
back on. Well, Glenn got back on last time. I mean, you see
Well, it was in the
a
4
series of runs,
It
and
was
then
in the 4-horse race the other day with no return boxing away there, but I don't know. I watched Glenn all the way down the straight. It was I couldn't work out Glenn. I didn't know if it was bad Glenn or good Glenn that day.
Not normally one of my plays, but could you back Burning Energy to win and lay the place?
sounds good.
Yeah, maybe.
there's
So you're saying it's going to piss in or do nothing?
Yeah.
all right.
So
So
that's a Steve Keller theory.
so Multifaceted's had the time off, but has had the trial. But
It's had the spell.
yeah, although his 2,000 metre runs are far better than any of his other runs.
Yeah, it's, but you know, we've gone cross here because of Waller.
Montauk, you know, did carry El Magorian the other day, and before that, G. Schofield's got gun.
Big riding change, mate.
Whereas, see, unbiased, I know that Shin went back and maybe was a bit quiet on him the other day, but he seemed he's not really putting in, is he?
He's not really putting in at all, and then of course, not really putting in and going up in distance. It's a fraught with whatever you would say, danger.
And then you've got More Than Fabulous never wins, but he's on a 7-day backup, and he goes, see, leave it to be Shan. There's only 2 horses on a 7-day backup, and he's the one going up in distance.
Probably gives him a hope, but he never seems to win.
Quick Defence has got the other El Magorian off.
Yep.
Never seen 2,000 in Australia, and
Been struggling all runs this time in.
yeah.
And Manhattan Sun, who's coming off a 21-day spell here, according to my form guide here from RaceNet, it doesn't seem to really be good enough.
Burning energy from More Than Fabulous for me. Do we want to say anything else?
Not much. That's the end of part 1 from the RAND.